Alrighty, how's it going, folks? Got something a little bit different today, I think, hopefully. I'm recovering from a throat infection, so I've not been doing so good. So I might be coughing a bit, I'll try to cut that out. But we have this meat mincer, a new one. Which side's on? This is the Lennox, or Healthy Choice Meat Mincer. Costs about $100. You can get it at most places. I think it's actually on a special for $70 somewhere right now. But I feel like we should make some sausages or do something different with it. So I thought I'll try this out with you all. I've got some Hobson casings to make some sausages with, and we'll see how it goes. Now, it's a bit different because, sticky as hell. Because I don't know how to make sausages. I've got some casings and some meat and read some instructions on Reddit, I guess. I can't even remember. It was weeks ago and I forgot. And I'm drinking, of course. Actually, pardon me, because I've got a bit of a throat infection, I'm just going to go straight for the vodka. Help clear that up, kill any of the bacteria. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. So, let's have a look at this thing and learn how to make sausages together, or learn how to really not make sausages. We're going to do one of the two, that's for sure. We'll try to keep it quick and concise for you. Don't know if that'll work, but we'll see. So, we have foam. Bit of a hopper. The metal thing, the auger. I think I'm getting all these terms right, we'll see. This is cast aluminium, it feels like. We got the, I want to call this something I shouldn't. Push rod. It's a push rod, folks. And the unit itself. Let's get this out of the way, and off I go that way. See what this thing looks like. So again, I've got this wholesale, got it pretty cheap. Look, I'm not expecting much from it. I am surprised by some of these cheaper Chinese appliances sometimes. Sometimes I'm not, but for $100, try to make some sausages. I mean, I'm going to have more than $100 worth of fun from it. If you consider, you can go out and play around, mini golf and some archery or something. That's $100, including fuel, travel, a bit of beer, or some spirits or something. But if I make some snags out of this, and I enjoy them, or I don't enjoy them, but I learn something, then yeah, about $100 worth. Alright, there's a tab there that looks like it's a lid. Oh yeah, oh cool, alright, cool. Sorry, that's what we want. That's our little sausage thing, and it's got some other things. That is neat. It's plastic. It's got on, off, reverse. That's pulse mode, that's switch mode. You can see it there a bit better. I might have to edit my face out of this so it gives a clear shot, but I hope not. It's got suction cups on the bottom, which is pretty good. So this is the MM30. It actually says Healthy Choice down there, not Lennox, but I don't know, branded Lennox sometimes for some reason. Now, it's going to have to go on this side, so I can get a plug around there when I get to that. I didn't think that far ahead. What we've got here is two very fat stainless steel grates, two different coarseness, and then we've just got whatever's going on here. I think the box actually said we're supposed to get 3. I don't really know. Oh yeah, number 3. So these are pretty oily, but taste food grade. And then we've got our sausage durdler. So that will be going on with, I guess, these things at some point in the future. But to start with, we want to line it all up and maybe just put something through it. Whoops. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's cast. There's a little bushing in that. It's a pretty narrow auger. Like the others, it crushes closer and closer. What really matters, though, is how hard is it going to, feed it into here. So, pardon my sniffle. It looks like it would feed it pretty close, but it looks like there is a bit of a gap there. I'm not sure if it's going to focus, but there's a bit of a gap. So we'll see how it does. We'll see how much is left. Let's start though with the narrowest. So how did this go? We had this thing. Oh yeah, and this is the electric. All the other ones I've tested so far have been hand crank. So I'm going electric this time. Alright, put the blade on there, put that on top of that, and then screw it all in. Yeah, that feels right. So what's that button do? That's okay, that's the release for this of some sort. So yeah, maybe. I'll tighten that up. Let's get it a bit better framing. Get these out of the way for a minute so we don't need them yet. And the hopper that goes on top. I don't actually have the camera high enough to hit. Oh yeah, see that very well. That'll do. So I don't feel like it's going to come off. But let's just chuck a plate under it. And put a carrot through it. See what happens from the finest setting. Sacrificial carrot as usual. Plugging it in will help. Alright, it's actually plugged in. I grabbed this other phone so we can look at what it draws. And the smart switch is turned off. So I'll fix that in a second after this. Alright, so this advertises two things I've seen on the box, a couple of things actually. Stainless steel, so this blade definitely is. I think that's maybe the only bit that's stainless steel, the grate and the blade. It advertises 800 watts too, so we'll test that out. Let's just, yeah, don't really have any focus, go on camera. Because I'm wearing my old Fitbit because I was sick for a while and I want to see what happened. Alright. Yeah, look, I'll tell you, just take my word for it, because the watts is small and it's down there, it's hard to read. I ain't sure if she's meant to be run dry. I got 200 watts out of it then. $166 watts and really bloody loud. Let's see how much is a carrot. Now I'm actually going to put something in front of it. I'm kind of scared that it's just going to launch carrot shreds at me, so well, she had a carrot. Most of it's out of it. A bit of a gander. What's going on in there? God, bloody hell, dagnabbit, whatever you want to say, it's loud, isn't it? A juicy carrot, apparently, should have eaten that one. Blade's a bit stuck. Oh yeah, so it's a bit backed up in there, but it's manageable. That's not bad. I mean, it crushed it eating it anyway. I don't have any chicken bones here today, otherwise I'll definitely try that. But, blade first. I think the blade's supposed to go outwards. If I read the manual, I'd know a bit better. If you want to let me know in the comments, just in case I'm doing it wrong, it could be really handy. But for now, I'm going to persist doing it possibly the wrong way. Alright. That's the carrot stitch sorted. So when we put some meat through it in a minute, there's going to be some carrot in the meat, but I'm alright with that. Now, that drew nearly 300 watts, so 800 watts, that's bollocks. Whoever makes this, whoever advertises it, it's not 300 watts. You could hear it crying out for a bit of help. But it did do it. It didn't stall out. Nothing is on fire, so that's doing pretty good. So what I want to do now is measure up some meat. So I've got a mild recipe in my head. Very, very mild recipe. Got some chuck steak here. So let's quickly cut this open and see how much it weighs. I want to get it to about 80-20 of pork and steak. You can't see much there, can you? Let's move this girl back a bit. Oh, I got my vodka. Can't forget about that. Alright, there you go. You got all the important bits in the frame. Cool. So, meaty fingers. Look, actually, one of the I got a part-time wife at the moment, or whatever you want to make of that. I wanted her to be on this because she doesn't like touching raw meat, so that would have been hilarious. She'll be having a small conniption maybe shouting at me, and I don't think she'll do anything nice for me for a while, but it'll be entertaining, so maybe I'll get her on another one if you guys want to see squirmy chick dealing with food. But yeah, so I want to get in there. 553 grams, I'll wash my hands, of meat. But she's off with a girlfriend having a great night out, partying and dancing and all of those lovely things that I want nothing to do with at all, ever. They can do that. They're not coming home. They're staying in a hotel. So I have peace and quiet, vodka, meat, mincer, food, hopefully. So for that, if we're going 80-20, let's get my calculator out and go 553 divided by 8 times 2 equals... All right, I need 138 grams of pork. I definitely have that ability. So for that, I've got rashers because I want to get a fair bit of fat into that. The rest of it, I'll just feed to my brother. He loves pork fat. I'm not such a fan. Bacon, yes, but I still only want the meaty bits of the bacon. So let's see how this goes. Now in this, you've actually got a pretty hard surface on there. So might cut those off and chuck in one at a time. And I'm not going for exact numbers either. I'm going to get it fairly close. And this pork skin, I will cook that up for my brother. It's his birthday too, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in a minute. It looks like I'm going to need about 3 of these. Jeez, I really overbought, didn't I? Yeah, 3 is going to be nearly perfect. I'm going to try trim this one a bit closer, get a bit more fat in there. I need to sharpen this knife. It's been a solid 6 months. Remember, do as I say, not as I do. 156, close enough. So, with these, I'll get this meat out of the way. Just stacked on top of the fruit and veggies in the fridge to keep it safe. I'm joking, alright? So, let's cube this a bit. I've frozen it slightly. And see how much we actually end up with. And I think this thing is starting to die again. It doesn't turn itself off anymore. I have to keep changing the battery. So I might take it back for the umpteenth time and get myself another one. But for now, it's got a fresh battery. It's still going. And it tells us, like that. It tells us what we need to know. So doing about, for you freedom lovers, inch cubes. For anyone in the rest of the world that uses normal people scientific metric units, Jesus Christ, all your shit out, USA. I mean, you got a lot to sort out, don't you? Sorry. I'm so glad that most of my subscribers are from Australia. Do feel tad bad for some of our compatriots over there at the moment. USA is having a bit of a tough time in a number of regards. So, got friends over there, and I don't envy them. So our hearts go out to them. It'd be funny if this was beef heart, wasn't it? Beef heart goes out to them. But nonetheless, tough times. Forgot what I was saying. Inch cubes. Yeah, so I call it an inch, but really 2.5 centimetre by 2.5 centimetre, or just ice cube, you know. Now, this recipe, as I said, is kind of just made up from something I saw online. When I bought the hogskin casings, the butcher actually showed me a nice chorizo sausage recipe. I was like, yeah, that's really neat. Took a photo of it. Stopped caring real quick. I want to do it one day, but I also just want to try out something, which you'll see shortly. And it may or may not work. Look, I don't even know how to, pardon me. I don't even know how to feed sausages, you know, into a casing. Never done it before, so I'm going to probably make a mess of this, but I know a few things that should get me by. So, old mate at the butcher where I got the casings told me you need 170 grams of your salt, your, you know, whatever they call it. I forget what it's called, Prague #1, or your, the salt that fixes something. There's a car pulled up outside. I hope it's not for me. And then I'm going to just add some seasoning and the fat, and off we go. I'm not going to go for this complicated mix up all these different herbs in different proportions sort of thing. The one thing I will do is add some ice to it because cold water really does feel like the snags a little bit apparently. And we'll see what happens with that. So 709 milliliters, or if I change that, 708 grams all up. That is a little bit important because we want to add 70 grams of ice to that. So it can even just be just cold water, like nearly. Bloody hell, that car sounded like it was here. No, at least I hope it's not. What was I talking about? I don't know. So, yeah, it can be ice water, that's what I was going to say. So you can get water down to where it's just crispening up on top and turning into spicy water or flat ice or whatever you want to call it. But ice is fine, especially if the machine can do it. We're going to get a bit of carrot in this, but I'm alright with that. Last time when I had a bit of carrot in my chicken nugs, if you haven't seen it, I'll link to the below where I made chicken nuggets by hand, which is really good. They are Hungry Jack style chicken nuggets. I got carrot in some of that too, and it's bloody ripper. And that was a good combination of Australian and English, I guess. Like, bloody well done. Ripper, mate. Now, while I'm not doing wet hand, dry hand, I'm going to go for glove hand so that I have less meat hand. And we're going to put all of this through. Now, we do need this salt that we put in it. So let's fit here. Now, we add 700 odd grams. Oh, bloody already forgotten. About 700 grams, 708 grams, which means we need a calculator. So, we have 50 divided by 0.0, no, 0.7. Going to say 1.4 times to 170 grams, divided by, sorry, 1.4 grams. Alright, so we need 2.3 grams of preserving salt, which ain't much. I don't even know if I can measure that out with this. I have a little 2 gram scale, not here. Sounds dodgy. No, I've got a small scale that just does gram increments, which this does, but I don't trust this one with it. I might chuck the rest of this curing salt just in a little jar or something. It is starting to actually draw moisture out of the air. It is free. I mean, I've got no reason to keep it up. You know, waste not, whatnot. So this will suddenly tick over to 5 grams without warning, is it? Yep. Now these hogskin casings, which I'll get out in a tick. Jesus, how much do I need? I don't even know what a gram looks like. I'm in my 30s in Australia. I should know what a gram looks like. Really? Alright. You know what? I like salty snags. 4 grams, that'll... Alright, phone cut out again and I didn't notice. I am actually watching over there like you're supposed to, you know, monitoring, but didn't notice because I was really getting into it. So, we got our salt on there. I think it was about right. We'll find out. Then what I'm doing is adding the secret ingredient. So there's a YouTube channel called Matthew Poser. He lives in Canada, he goes camping, cooks some great food. Don't know if he's made snags, but he's always going on about this Montreal steak seasoning. So I got some, and I'm hoping my brother doesn't watch this channel because I've got this for him for his birthday. He loves the channel, always wanted to try this Montreal steak seasoning, so I thought I'd get us some. I'll use some in the snags, and we'll go camping in a few weeks. I'll bust it out whilst we're there. See what it tastes like. I'm going to have to taste some right now with my meaty maybe hand. Oh man, that's really good. I'll link to Matthew Poser below if I can figure out where I bought this from. Wow, that is amazing. Alright, this is definitely going in the snags. That's phenomenal. And they've got a pretty cool thing. So you've got 2 different modes on the cap. You got the shaker mode and you got the spoon mode, which is neat. So we're gonna put some of this in here. Ooh, that's got a bit of chili to it too. I like it. What's it got? Salt, pepper, garlic, onion, soybean oil, dill seed, coriander. Oh man, I'm glad I can't taste that. Chili, mustard, rosemary, herb extract. I've got really mixed feelings about that. I couldn't taste the coriander. Might scratch the label off and I give it to my brother. Alright, similar amount of seasoning. Straight on top again as well. We don't need this. We don't need this. This is important. Actually, it needs more juice. It really does help with the throat. Don't know how good it is against Rona. Luckily, I don't have that. But it helps. So, let's mince out, see how it turns. Get rid of that. I've made a hell of a mess here, but, you know, what can you do? That has given me the ringiest ears, but it did it. It got through the everything we gave it. I accidentally spilled some water there, as you might have seen. It's gone everywhere, but I'm sure it's safe. You can see there's more pork on this side, there's more beef on this side. Got the ice cubes in there, got the seasoning in there. So I wasn't sure if I was going to stick to this small grate. Apparently I did, because I didn't plan ahead. I have no script. I've got moderate notes of 80-20 beef, pork, fat, salt, seasoning, ice, posa, hog skins, $99. That's the whole thing. $99 in Australia, by the way, which most of you are. Alright, so I'm going to give this a little bit more of a mix. And it's spun out that, you know, there was 70 grams or so of ice in there. Ice cubes, sorry. All those places like Bunbury that love it. Sorry, that's terrible. I've got the worst sense of humour today, but I don't know how apologetic I feel. You can see there is a good level of fat in there, which I'm excited about. There is a good mix of meats in there. Definitely needs to be mixed up a little bit more. The consistency's feeling pretty good, but you know, I've never unskinned a sausage and just felt it out, just got my fingers in there. Now that wasn't frozen either. That was very cold, but it was more fridge cold than frozen. It's been in the fridge for a few days, and then I let it defrost a bit. So we'll do the old transfer already into that. Put it back through again.